Hello and welcome back everybody to another episode of Etsy Juicy Tips, where I give you all the latest and greatest tutorials, tips, and advice on how to succeed on Etsy. So today's juicy tip is about Etsy Rank and specifically the Keyword Explorer tool. Now, for those of you that do not know what eRank or Etsy Rank is, it's eRank now, but it was formerly Etsy Rank. It is a third-party tool that helps with all types of information, especially SEO, to help drive traffic and help you really understand what keywords are working for your shop. And I want to go into detail with this Keyword Explorer because it can help you out a lot. There is a free version and a paid version. The free version only obviously gives you a certain amount of information. The paid version is much more detailed and gives you a lot more, and it really is worth I think it's about $10 a month. So let's go ahead and see how this works. So on the Keyword Explorer tab here, we have where you can enter your keyword, and let's go ahead and just test it out and see what happens. So I'm going to enter a keyword mug, like coffee mugs. Let's see what happens when we enter a very generic keyword term, which is called a short tail keyword, and let's see what comes up. So as we can see right here, this is the estimated average search volume for the past 12 months of that key term mugs. So 16,248 people searched for mugs. The competition is fierce. It's over 50,000 listings, and the engagement is very high, which is really good. Of course, we want high engagement. However, the competition is fierce, and it is a short tail keyword, which means that is pretty generic. We want to start looking for long tail keywords. What long tail keywords are, basically more descriptive words you want to add to mugs. So for instance, we can type in white coffee mug, and let's see what that search comes up as. Okay, it is a long tail keyword, which is great, but there's no Etsy searches for this particular term, and the engagement is low. So you don't need to put this particular, let's say if you're selling coffee mugs, you wouldn't need to be putting this particular keyword in to rank. You want to find words that will rank. So let's scroll down a little bit. Here is your Etsy search trends and your Google search trends. Okay, we have our long tail graph, which is again, it's a higher conversion rate if you can find high engagement and high Etsy searches with low competition. That is the key. But we can go down and it will show you related searches. So we have just coffee mug is not a long tail keyword. There's a lot of searches because that's what Etsy shows. It's in the greens, 21,000 searches per month. Competition is really high, but the engagement is really high. So as we keep scrolling, we can see Google searches, almost 50,000, and the competition plus the CPC, which is the cost per click, that's how much advertisers are willing to pay for that exact keyword. So the higher the CPC, the more conversions usually that keyword provides, because you can see this is on Google again. There are the advertisers willing to pay that much for that keyword. So as we scroll over, let's go over again, sorry. So as we scroll over, we can see some options that you can choose. We have coffee mugs, personalized mugs, funny mugs, and we can go down and down. As we can see, the list is it's pretty long. And there's a lot of choices that you can use in your tags for Etsy. So what you want to look for is, if it's a long tail keyword, you want high Etsy search volume, low competition, and high engagement. So it would be, let's scroll down to see if we can find something that might work for us, as if we're starting to tag our items. So something like, let's say, actually Mr. and Mrs. Mugs looks like it might be something really good to either start. If you are a coffee mug designer, you start doing some Mr. and Mrs. Mugs, because look, the Etsy search volume is pretty good. I mean, medium, not crazy, but it's enough that you can definitely get some customers to your shop. The competition is pretty low. It's under 5,000, and your Etsy engagement is high. So this would be a good keyword to include on your listing. So you can see again, here's one for best friend mug. It's a long tail keyword. Your search volume, the competition's much higher, but the engagement is very high. That might be another one that you choose. You want to stay away from words such as, I'm going to scroll down, like for instance, there's no data here, there's not enough data, so I wouldn't bother with a low search volume with no data here. So stag beer drinking mugs, not really getting too many searches, and there's no data here. You also want to stay away from like vintage coffee mugs. It's very low search volume, high competition, and very low engagement. That would be a no-no. I wouldn't even bother with this keyword. So this is a great tool to use. For the free version, you are allowed to see just the Etsy searches, and this is all blocked out. And it's good enough to get started, and it could definitely help you with your SEO. And you can change those titles and tags around to help you get more engagement and have your shop and your products be found on Etsy. Anyway, I hope this was the juicy, good tip of the day for you guys, and I will see you in the next video.